Hey guys, what's up? It's Looney TNT. Today's video is what not to do when playing Classic. So, my audience is, I do have some of you guys that are just hardcore Mythic Raiders that are really good, but a lot of you guys are kind of similar to me. We play World of Warcraft. We like it. It's fun. We do like to push content, but we just kind of love the game. So today I wanted to talk about things that a lot of popular streamers are saying, and I don't necessarily agree with some things they say, and it's not because they're bad people or anything like that. You'll probably see an Asmongold face with it marked out. I'm not talking about Asmongold. It's just the way YouTube kind of is, and they aren't sharing it to all of you guys. So you kind of have to make things like that. So I think Asmongold's perspective on a lot of things is correct, and then I know a lot of you guys don't think it's correct. But that said, that's why his picture's in there. We're not talking about him. We're talking about some other streamers. But so some of these guys are they're doing they're talking about like leveling fast and leveling routes and getting all this stuff. I do not agree with you guys trying to do stuff like that. If you've never leveled through, like a lot of these guys are private server guys. They've done the leveling, hundreds of times already. They've their goal is just to get to end game and start doing that stuff, and that's fine. But I think for a lot of us, I think it's going to be the first time that we've leveled through 1 to 60 in, 15 years? 14 years? 13 years? Just depends. It's going to be a great, great journey. I can't wait to get back on my Tauren and actually do the old zones, because the leveling that we do today is completely different. Cataclysm kind of came out and messed a lot of stuff up, which was understandable. That was expansion, but it's going to be so much fun going back. And there's one spot that I'm looking forward to the most. It's in Fairless, I think is how you pronounce it, and it's where those dragon fairies were in the corner with the bears. I am so excited to do that quest to go kill those and kind of hang out in that area and grind a little bit and get some experience. I remember that on my warrior because it was such an easy spot for me to kill, and it was just one of those memories that I have that I'm really looking forward to going back and doing. I'm just excited, and I think if you try to rush it, it's not going to work out very well for you, because you're going to try to rush it really hard. Levels are not as fast. I don't think a lot of you guys are going to want to try to rush it, get burnt out, and be like, hey, it's been 5 days and I'm still not 40 or whatever it is, right? Take your time, have some fun, enjoy it. Now, here's another thing that I don't suggest people do, and I do see these some of these streamers, they have applications for their guilds and stuff. They're wanting you to apply. I don't suggest applying to a guild. And I guess we'll talk about Asmongold. Let's talk about Asmongold. He has applications for his guild. He's got such a giant fan base that if you want to be in his guild, you're going to have to go through an application process, because so many people are going to want to get in there. And he's going to want to kill things. He's going to want to go in there and defeat bosses. So he's going to actually need people that are going to go in there and instead of talking about his hair, he's going to need people that are actually skilled, that are going to go in there and log on and do some work. So I don't suggest, unless you're trying to get into some of these guilds that are going to fill up really fast, don't worry about an application. The funnest thing is going to be finding all these new friends and finding the guild that fits for you. There's a lot of these mid level streamers that think they're going to be world first and stuff like that. Who cares? I don't see a big thing with world first rating in Classic, because it's not world first. these bosses have already been killed. We have all the information about everything about these bosses, about the classes, everything. I don't think we should take away from the world first that already happened that actually meant something. You can be classic first, but you're not going to be world first. I think it's ridiculous that people are trying to get hyped out for a world first race and stuff. It's great for clickbait and stuff. It's great to say it. World first this, world first that. It's really good. But when it comes down to it, these things have already been killed. Plus, the faster you try to get through this content, you're going to be done with Classic. The weird thing about Classic is we know what is coming. We know how much we can do. And once it's over, it's over. Once you're done, you're done. So I don't know if rushing or guild applications and trying to be, the best is going to be the best thing for a lot of players in Classic, because there's no point. Classic's going to be very fun for the first, maybe the first level through. And not even the end levels are going to be a little grindy. But I think it's going to be fun for a majority of the people for their first leveling through. And then it's going to get into the gearing process. And I feel you should have a group of friends that you're running these dungeons with. And then when it comes to these raids, as weird as it sounds, I think most of these raids, even Nax, I know Nax is going to be the hardest. I feel Nax is going to be puggable at one point or another. Even though there wasn't very many people that completed it, people are so much better nowadays that I think a lot of these raids, I don't necessarily think they're going to fall over like some people say. I think as long as the players have the gear, things are going to die. But because Classic's more of a gear check. This is going to get a lot of people mad, but I'm going to say it anyway because I don't care. If you're a looking for raid player in retail, you are probably better than a Classic player back in the day. On average. There are some really good guys. I'm just saying on average. And the reason I say that is because there's more mechanics at looking for raid than some of these bosses have. And that's not to, say the Classic player sucks or anything like that. I'm just stating facts. It's just the way it is. So it's gonna be interesting. I don't know. I'm gonna have fun with Classic. I think it's gonna be great. A lot of people that I've been talking to lately have they're saying they're not gonna play it. Which, come on, guys, you guys know you're gonna log in. You got to create a character, have some fun. It's gonna be great to actually have gear matter again. The gear that I'm getting right now on BFA, that's just gonna get reset the next tier, and it just does not feel good. It's demotivating to run a 10 to know once the new raid comes out, this stuff isn't even gonna matter. I don't know. It's a little strange in the world of Warcraft at the moment. But Classic's gonna fix that, and I think this is gonna be probably the best thing for World of Warcraft for retail and for Classic, because these two teams are competing against each other. The Classic team and the, let's just call it the retail team. Who is going to do better? It's going to be a very good, it's a good thing to have competition. World of Warcraft as an MMO has not had competition, I'd say, ever. There's really never been an MMO that has come close to the success of World of Warcraft. There's been some okay ones out there, but they haven't come close. Classic is going to push that retail team. That retail team is going to have to step it up and do what they can to keep people playing retail. Because when Classic comes out, a majority of the player base is all going to go to Classic. Now, not all of them are going to stay. But the majority of them are going to go to Classic, and they're going to play that version. And unless there's something that's really good, nobody's going to come back from that. That said, if the next World of Warcraft expansion is good, people will leave Classic to go play that. Because Classic is only going to last so long. You can only do so many things. Then, once we're mid-expansion, things are kind of dying down. People are like, hey, let's go play Classic. Let's go raid Nax. Let's go do this. All of a sudden, they say, we're bringing out TBC. Well, guess what? The Burning Crusade was probably the best expansion World of Warcraft has ever done. Most of the player base is going to fall off retail, jump right back into TBC. Once they do TBC, things are good. All of a sudden, they create another good expansion. It has to be good. If it's not good, people aren't going to go back. But they create a good expansion. Guess what they're going to do? They're going to go back to retail. And we're going to kind of get ping-ponged around. And I'm okay with that. I think having a World of Warcraft that I can play and progress is something great. So I don't mind going back and forth. So I think this is going to be a business model for them because they're redoing content that they've already done before, and they know it's good. They know it's going to work. I think it's going to be awesome. I think we're going to have at least probably another 6 years of World of Warcraft. Because we're going to have Classic, we're going to have another expansion, we're going to have TBC, we're going to have another expansion, we're going to have Wrath of the Lich King, we'll have another expansion, and so on. I think it's going to be great. So, big thing about this video is, don't listen to all these streamers and stuff, and these content creators. Don't even listen to me if you don't agree. Do what you want. All these are opinions, right? But I don't agree with some things are said. I don't think rushing or guild apps or applications and trying to get into this stuff. I don't think that's something that you should be doing. And here's a weird thing too. If your guild on retail, unless you guys are really close, you guys have been a guild for a real long time, a lot of friends. If your guild is creating a guild on Classic, I don't even know if you should join that guild. Because you're going to make so many different friendships on Classic because it's really you have to talk to people. You have to group with people. If you don't group with people, you're not going to get very far. And you're going to find these friendships that you're going to make, and you're going to maybe get invited to their guild because your play style and things like that. So it's going to be really different, and I'm really excited about it. I guess let's talk about my goals for Classic. I want to full clear Nax, and once I full clear Nax, I don't even care about getting fully geared with Nax gear. I think to be able to clear full clear Nax, I think I'll be at least half geared for it before we can kill the last boss. But we'll see. We'll see what really happens when you bring 40 players that are okay players into Nax and see if things fall over or whatever it is. See where the scaling's at and stuff. On private servers they have different scaling, but I'm sure it's very similar. So, and from a lot of people that I've talked to that have played private servers, they feel that the player base is going to do just fine with the raids. There's not going to be really any big hiccups where we're going a month without killing a raid tier or something like that. So, alright guys, that said, like, favorite, share, subscribe, do what you need to do. Thank you guys for watching the video. Like I said, thumbnail's a little different. Title of the video is a little different. Just YouTube's a little crazy right now, so you might see some weird titles and some weird thumbnails just to be able to try to get you guys to see the video. I got demonetized yesterday for the video I made, which, it was completely bad, right? You guys know that. And when they do that, they stop sharing it to all my friends and all my subscribers. So share this video, like this video, comment on this video. If you made it this far and you don't agree with me, tell me why. If you do, tell me why. I love a comment. I love reading the comments. Everybody has different opinions, and I value everybody's opinion. If yours is completely different than mine, that's your opinion, and I want to understand where you're coming from. So, leave it in the comment and let me know. Let me know why I'm wrong. All right, guys. That said, like, favorite, share, subscribe. Do what you need to do, and I will talk to you guys soon.